Hello everyone, this is Angela Todd, age 65, recording for your Christmas of 2012, something everybody seemed to like that I wrote for our dog Missy when she was a little puppy back in 1987. Can you see this photo? That was me when I was 40 and Missy was about 1 month old. Our Miracle Christmas puppy from Angie's booklet, Verses of Christmas, Part 2. For Missy Antoinette Todd, yes, she had a middle name, who was born on Tuesday, November 17, 1987, and left this world on Friday, May 12, 2000. Our Miracle Christmas puppy, Sunday, December 20th, 1987, San Jose, Santa Clara County, California. It was a day like no other, a day to illustrate the full spectrum of emotions. Call it destiny or fate or miracle indeed for all those who love puppies, especially at Christmas. Months before, Kurt and I finally located a place where such bundles of joy were allowed. And so our dream began, timed for Christmas Day. So, on this day, we went to Doctor's Pets at East Ridge Mall, where we soon discovered that we didn't have the $200 that they wanted. And now, in only 5 minutes, at 9 p.m. sharp, the mall would surely close, with only 5 days left till Christmas Day. Though this is a flashback, I can still see it clearly, as if it were happening this very minute. From right to left were a Penny's department store, the pet store, a small hallway which exited out across the mall, and across the hall was a Coney Island restaurant, the very first one in which I had ever been. Now, with sadness in our hearts and our heads hung low, we conceded defeat and slowly began walking down what seemed to be the longest hallway in the world. Maybe next year, I said. Maybe next Christmas. Just then, Glenn, one of the two co-owners of the restaurant, was locking his large glass door. I waved at him and he unlocked the door, sliding it open to hear what I was saying. "Hi, Glenn. I know you're closing, but is it too late to get a quick cup of coffee?" He said, "You know, it's funny. I had just made a whole pot of coffee and no one came in. So I was just getting ready to dump it, so sure, come on in." What are the odds that someone would unlock their just closed doors to pour a quick cup of coffee from a full, freshly brewed pot that no one else touched, with only 5 minutes till the entire mall closed? So, Kurt and I marched in, turned right, and midway down the counter plopped down, disillusioned by the sad outcome of our carefully laid plans. It got even stranger. As Glenn began to pour our coffee, we felt as if we were in an episode of The Twilight Zone when he asked, "Do you two know anyone who wants a puppy?" We just looked at each other in total disbelief as we said, "Yes, we do." We nearly fell off our stools when he said that the puppies were free. Glenn now pointed out something that we had walked right by, totally unnoticed, in our haste to sit down. Taped to the back of the cash register, setting on the left end of the counter, was a Polaroid photo of 5 little, mostly dark puppies, 3 females and 2 males. Oh, how we wanted an affectionate little girl. All were mutts with no place to go, from 4 known bloodlines: Dalmatian, German Shorthair Pointer, Golden Retriever, and Labrador Retriever. It was obvious that these little tykes, full of retriever blood, were going to be interesting, for anything that you might try to toss away would always be brought back. The next day, Glenn drove to our place, opened up his hatchback, and exclaimed, "Quick, grab one. I have to get to work." I replied with, Hey, wait a minute. Let me check them out. I called to the puppies. Hey! The one on the left ran over to me, eyes sparkling, tail wagging, with that cute little puppy grin. I'll take her. Later, I named her Missy. It was cold out, so I wrapped her in my coat, carried her up to our second-story apartment, and placed her, coat and all, into our bathtub. I wouldn't let her or the coat out of the tub until I took a quick trip across the street to the Kmart pet department for some very special shampoo. She was so full of energy, running back and forth and then in circles. She was such a fast learner too, but very mischievous. During her very first Yuletide, she grabbed the end of a garland, having decided to take the Christmas tree for a spin. Another time, when we came home with toilet paper dangling from her mouth, she bolted from the bathroom, sprinted down the hallway, and leapt to the left into the living room, unraveling the whole roll along the way. All the gleeful times she seemed to be saying, "Wee, catch me if you can." Soon after, she learned her very first disciplinary word, "no," when she began to wrap her mouth full of sharp baby teeth around one of the legs of a brand new $1,000 wooden dinette set. I stopped her in mid-chomp. By the way, we still have that table and chair set. And a few times, she almost ripped out my nostrils as she caught one of her canine teeth in my nose and jerked sideways. She thought it was really funny, but that was just her impish way of playing. She really was full of love and kindness, even with animals. She could walk with our 7 parakeets without harming them, or eat from her dish, sitting next to the dish of a visiting cat. She loved to share her toys and would drop her teddy bear at the feet of a stranger at the front door. She would thump her tail on the couch when you came home. She would bounce up and down on her hind legs in excitement. She'd chase her tail till her feet left the floor in a blur. She'd kiss you forever. She loved her 3-way hugs and slept with us in bed, even as an 80-pound dog. She'd hop on the bathroom scale when you'd say, "Let's get weighed." When she wanted attention and you were in another room with the door closed, she'd twang the doorstop with her paw. You would say, "What's out Missy's window?" And she'd run and sit with you and look out the window. I would point out new things we'd see from the window, and I would teach her the names of all she saw. I said, "She can learn anything unless otherwise proven." She knew many words and commands. "What's in the bag?" was the game she'd play when you had just brought home something new. She had to approve it, too. "Where's the bone?" was the game where we'd hide a milk bone and watch her find it. She could have been a dope-sniffing dog at the airport. She'd run into a room and stop in her tracks whenever something was new or moved. She could spot in an instant anything that was changed. Then there was the slap paw game, where she'd reach around a nearly closed door and bat her paw at you the way a cat does. And she loved to stand with her front paws on the kitchen counter to see what you were doing, never touching anything that was off limits. She was such a good dog. I had a sock wrapped around a lower kitchen cabinet door handle, and when I'd tell her to open the door, she'd chomp down on the sock and pull the door open, but only when I'd tell her to do so. What was in the cabinet? Her milk bones. She was loving and loyal throughout her whole life. Kurt always said, "Missy is love in a fur jacket, pure love." And I always said, so that love would always be with us, God sent us a puppy dog for Christmas. Who would know that we almost missed our opportunity to share all of this love by only 5 minutes at the mall with only 5 days left till Christmas, all of those years ago. We still miss our Christmas puppy, even after 6 years when she left this world. I wrote many stories with phrases such as, "It's cancer, it seems, that will end our dreams," and "Christmas puppy, don't go," after 8 months of never-ending grief. I questioned whether a person could pine away for a dog who was more than a mere companion. She was family, and we were part of her pack. We thank God Almighty for letting us have our little girl for those 12 and a half years. And again, she is young and well and happy, waiting for us at the Rainbow Bridge, waiting for hugs and scratches and belly rubs, and a toss of the ball and eternal love. Though in the end, she was a wise old dog during the Yuletide season. Once again, she's our Christmas puppy, full of memories and miracles forever and ever. I love you, Missy. Mommy. Angela Francis Todd. Composed on Sunday, December 10th, 2006 at 3:07 p.m. Also, there is a well-known story about the Rainbow Bridge, a place where our pets go to wait for us. It will show up on any search engine, starting out with www.google.com. Merry Christmas to everyone, especially those who understand the bond between a pet and our human companion. Bye for now. Merry Christmas.